Hey guys, welcome to Shopify Jam. It's gonna be a ton of fun and it's free. There's a ton of value. If you actually follow all the steps that I'm gonna be showing you over the next week and a half or so, you're gonna be well on your way. Now, if you already have a Shopify store or if you're just starting out, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna be starting from beginner stuff to long, big tactics, stuff that you can use later on, or if you're already an advanced user or just wanna grow to that next level or take your store to that next hump or whatever that is. This is the place to do it. So I'm going to start out first, just myself. I'm going to show you guys the whole, startup, where to get, where to go, how to start, all that kind of stuff. So this might be a little bit more entry level for some people, but don't worry, it's going to get a lot more advanced. And I really want you to go through all these series because it's a lot easier than you think. And I know that it's an opportunity of a lifetime right now. There's so much success that can happen by having your own e-commerce store, and Shopify is just a great way to do that. They've made it very, very easy. So I'm gonna jump in right now, and I'm just gonna start. But I will tell you, there's gonna be a ton of guests that are gonna be on here. Sometimes it's just gonna be me, but I'm gonna try to do this every day. Okay, I'm gonna do a Shopify Jam. And anyways, I'm super excited. Now, if you have questions, comments, stuff like that, we're also going to put this on our blog. All right, so if you go to Ecom Pro Academy, and you can start asking questions there, and we'll have somebody try to answer that, or I'll answer that in an upcoming webinar jam. Okay, we're going to try to make these all live, but that's just hard to do because so many people that we have joining us are on different time zones. You're on different time zones. Plus, I wanted it just that you could watch at your leisure. You could, rewind it, check it back out later, refer to it, whatever that is. So anyways, I'm super excited. My name is Lowell Rempel, and I'm going to be guiding you through the whole webinar jam, okay? You're going to be joining me for just over a week. Who knows? Maybe we'll just keep this going. We'll see how it goes. See how you guys are liking this. Make sure to give some feedback. Let me know if you need anything or have questions or whatever. I'd be more than happy to add that to the show. All right? So let's get started. All right, guys. So again, welcome to Shopify Jam. Listen, I'm going to just say something here that, you know what? We have people from all over the world that are joining us here. We have people that are absolutely starting. We have people that are very, very advanced that are jumping on this. So I am going to be talking about all those strategies. I'm going to try to jam it all in one. All right? Jam. I like that. So anyways, let's get started here, and let's get you set up with a Shopify store. Okay, now if you already have a Shopify store, or if you're getting a second one or whatever, I still encourage you to watch this because there's a lot of things that you could probably use or just set up a little bit differently that can, add to your success. All right, so okay. So first off, where do you start? I mean, there's a ton of Shopify plans, and where do you even start? So I'm going to jump into that in just 1 second here, but I do want to say that some benefits of Shopify are. So first off, you don't have to pay for hosting. Okay, this is a big thing because if you've ever had a high traffic store, or you've done a lot of things on a website or whatever, hosting can add up very, very quickly. Okay, so you don't have to pay for that. That's all included in the monthly fee that Shopify charges you. All right. Now there's also sort of like the Android or iPhone or whatever. There's thousands of apps that are ready to use that help you benefit for your store. Okay, so there's lots of cool apps that are completely free. There's paid apps too, but there's thousands of free ones, and I'm going to show you which ones that you can use that are free, and I'll show you which ones that once you're more advanced, the ones that I think are worth paying for. So anyways, it's just really easy to use. Okay, and don't overthink this. If you're just starting out, or you're getting a second store ready or whatever, I do encourage you to start right away here. And it's just so easy to set up. I'm going to show you that all today. And one thing that I will say is that if you're trying to register like a URL and all that kind of stuff is really hard, well, you know what? You don't have to do that with Shopify. You can. I mean, I encourage you to. But if you don't know the name of your store, or you're just going to play around in some genres first and stuff like that, well, the cool thing is with Shopify, you could just put whatever. You could put, like dog loving or whatever. I love dogs, and they'll actually make you a Shopify /I love dogs store, right? So it's pretty cool how it is. There's a ton of free themes and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, let's dive into the pricing of Shopify and where I think you should start. Okay, so first thing you have to do is you have to set up your store. Now, you can get this in multiple currencies, but I encourage you to base it on the US dollar, okay? Because when you're targeting worldwide, really almost everyone sort of compares things to the US dollar. So, I'm in Canada here, but all our stores are set up in the US, all right? So anyways, Shopify has these 3 different pricing packages basically that do different things. So I encourage you to go with a higher priced package, okay? And the reason is because it does, first off, it has some pretty big savings, like transaction fees. These can really add up, especially when you start doing some pretty high volume. And I'm going to show you some stuff that you're going to get to some higher volume, all right? So I would just start there. You can always downgrade. Now, you can also upgrade as well. But anyways, I just want to let you guys know that there is different options here, okay? Some other big stuff is that like this real-time carrier shipping, the abandoned cart recovery. These are all really, really big features that make you a lot of money, a lot more than what this would cost, all right? So I encourage you to start higher. There is a little thing I have here, a special thing with Shopify. If you click on it, if you don't already have a store, if you're about to set up a store, do it now. Let's get rolling right away, okay? I'm going to walk you through the whole setup structure here. It's going to be easy. You can click on that. You get 14 days for free, so you can totally play around with. Now, some other things, that I'm going to be setting up next is I'm just going to get you guys going for the actual setting up your payments and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to jump into that next, all right? Okay, so the next thing is setting up the shipping, okay? So I'm gonna actually hop onto a demo store of Shopify, and I'm gonna show you 2 different things. One is how to structure, a brand new store or an existing store, or number 2, I'm gonna show you separately how to set up the free plus shipping settings if you decide to go that way. So I'm gonna be talking a lot about that, a lot of strategies, like I say, over the next couple of weeks here, but I'm just gonna show you these 2 different settings, all right? So let me show you. All right, so I'm on a demo store here, and I'm going to show you just how to, so if you missed that there, I'm just gonna go right into the settings part of the Shopify store. If this is brand new to you, bear with me. If you have Shopify store or stores, just click on settings, you're gonna go into shipping. So this is a brand new store, okay? So I'm gonna, a lot of people here, the shipping from, they're gonna have like a PO box or something like that. You don't wanna put your home address, okay? Just a little tip there if you're brand new. Okay, so it default has a couple different ways of shipping. So what I want you to do first off is I want you to delete these, okay? So we're actually gonna delete these right now. You're gonna go and click edit, right? You're gonna go to here and delete zone, all right? Then you're also going to do that for international as well. You're gonna go into edit, which is the rest of the world when you're based out of the US, and then delete zone. Okay, so this is gonna make sense in a second here because I'm gonna show you guys. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually add shipping zones quite a bit differently, okay? So I wanna show you a little trick here on how you can actually increase your conversion rates just by the way that you call your shipping, okay? So first off, we're gonna add a shipping zone here. First, let's just do it based on, let's just do it based on the US only here, okay? So let's just do this one and then we'll do one for the rest, okay? So click here, click edit. Okay, so there's a couple options here. You can do price-based rates or you can do weight-based rates, okay? I encourage you to do the price-based rates. Just a little bit easier to set up. So what I do, now this is just for the US here, I'll show you how to do international in a second. So just click add rate, okay? And then this is a little trick here how you say this, but if you put insured shipping and handling, this helps with conversions, okay? Because it's giving them some confidence, some trust, and you're probably asking, well, hold on a sec, am I paying for insured? Well, this is what we do, is that if something gets lost or broken or whatever, the customer, didn't receive it, we send out another one, okay? So, it's a very small variance. You just have to build that into your cost, but really it's pretty easy to do. So what we do here in the range is we say from 1 penny, okay, to $29.99, okay? And then the rate is $4.95. So there's a great way to build some extra margin and stuff here because usually it's costing a lot less to ship. This is where you can make some extra money for sure, okay? So anyways, click here, click done, and now you see one rate. Now we're gonna add another rate right away here, and we're also gonna call this insured shipping and handling. But what we're gonna do, as you remembered from the last example, the maximum price was $29.99. So we're gonna say this one is gonna be from $30 to $99, okay? Now, for this one here, we're gonna charge more for shipping. So it's pretty cool how this works because, you know, they're expecting that, hey, if they buy more, their shipping's gonna be a bit more. A great way, again, especially when you send multiple items to the same address, it's typically, you know, not that much more shipping for you, so it's a great way to get some extra margin as well. That you know, customers will easily pay. All right. So, anyways, that's $9.95, and then we're gonna do one more. Okay, it's a little bit different, and we're gonna do free insured shipping. Okay, so basically, what we're doing with this one is anything $99 or more, we're going to do the free shipping rate. Now, this is pretty cool because you can promote that, you know, basically, actually, let's say $100 because I had that up to $99. So $100 or more, it's a free shipping rate. Okay, so this is really cool because it encourages people to spend more on your store. If they hit that $100, they don't have to pay that $9.95 anymore. It's a great way, again, to encourage people just from setting up your shipping to get higher conversion rates. Okay, so let's do that. Now let's do international. Okay, so this is based on everyone else. Okay, so we have domestic set up now. Now what you want to do is your international shipping zone. Okay, so let's add the shipping zone. Now we're going to do everywhere else. Okay, so we're just going to call this international, which is the rest of the world. Okay, we're going to add countries here. Just click rest of the world, click add. Okay, now we're going to add same thing, price-based rates. Okay, so let's add a rate. Now it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be called, instead of insured shipping and handling, it's going to be international insured shipping and handling. Okay, so it's a little bit different. We're going to go from 1 cent to $9.95, and what we're going to do for this one is the amount's going to be higher because if you're in a different country, you're pretty used to just paying a higher shipping rate, and it does cost a little bit more to ship everywhere. You want to make sure you're covered. It's usually not much more. It's like $1 extra to ship, you know, worldwide. But anyways, just have that as $9.95. Okay, so that's international shipping rate, and then you want to set up another one here. Okay, so same thing. Now this one here, I'm gonna go let's go $9.96. Okay, to $99. Okay, and we're just gonna go $14.95. Okay, and then we're gonna do one more here. We're gonna do the exact same thing for if they're you know, $100 to no limit. We're just gonna give them free shipping as well. So again, keep in mind that if they're spending over $100, you're making so much money in your store anyways, it's really not a big deal to give them a free shipping rate. So we do this here, and then you wanna make sure to click save. A lot of people don't do this, and then they ask after what happened. Click save. Now you're gonna have everything in your shipping, your domestic and your international, are all going to be set up. Okay, so when you click on the shipping here again, you're going to see the domestic zone, and then you're also going to see the international zone that's just automatically set up. Okay, so this makes a big difference on how much money and margin you can make just how you're setting this up. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a hack or a trick or something. Not a trick. It's just how you structure your stuff. I mean, they don't have to buy, right? But you know, if they're already excited and they're about to buy that, it's really not going to make a big difference to add $4.95 for shipping. Okay. Now I'm also going to talk about the free plus shipping, which we're going to talk about next, and that's if you're setting up just free plus shipping only. Okay. So let me jump over to that just so you understand how that works. Okay, now it's a little bit different when you're setting up the free plus shipping model. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Basically, it's based on weight. It's a calculation. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Free products should be assigned a specific weight, and then also we're going to be charging a shipping per item. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's just hop over to the Shopify store. Okay, so it's very, very important that you watch this very carefully, and you maybe even, you know, watch it again or whatever, because it's very important that you set this up the correct way. There's lots of ways that you can set this up wrong, okay? So I started just doing a couple here just so I didn't have to do this all in front of you here, but let's just do the free shipping, and I'm gonna tell you how this is set up, okay? So basically, when you're putting products in your store, you're gonna be having a separate product for free plus shipping, and then you're gonna have a separate product that's just retail plus shipping, okay? So just to be clear on what that is. Now, one little thing, a lot of people just do the one item. So you want to charge a higher rate of $10.97. So free item plus $10.97. Okay. So now you don't have to do this, but there is a lot of ways that you can do this the right way, and you can make a lot of sales because of it. So what you want to do is you want to start adding a number of different variances. Okay. So and I reward the customer a little bit. So as they buy more free items, it's basically going to work out to $9.95 per free item, or per shipping per free item. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so anyways, let's hop in here. I'm going to show you this. So what you're going to do is you're now going to go into the weight-based rates. All right, so I set up 5 of them, but I want to make sure that you set up at least 25 of them, okay? It's important. Now, some people do actually buy like 20 items that are free plus shipping, okay? So you want to set this up the right way. Now, I'm just setting them up at basically 0.2 for each category, okay? So when you add a rate, pretty easy. We're at 5 free items here. What you want to do is you just want to again, keep doing the same thing. So if we're now doing 6 free items, okay, and do this all the way up, right? Just to show you how this works, okay? They're 0.2, and I'm up to 1 pound. So the next one's going to be 1.2, just in case you're wondering how I did this, okay? So you're going to add this here. We're going to do 6 free plus shipping, okay? And then now it's going to be 1.2 to 1.2, and basically you're just going to go $9.95 times 6, okay? So I'm just using a little calculator here, but I mean, obviously if you can do this in your head, that's fantastic. But so this one's going to be $59.70, okay? And you're just going to keep doing that all the way up to 25 items. I know it's a little bit of a pain to set this all up, but it's going to make your life a whole lot easier once you get this set up, and you only have to do this once, okay? So I want you to keep doing this, and I want you to call this 6 free items. Don't just say free or shipping or insured shipping or something like that, because people when they order a whole bunch of free products, they get 10 of them. They're going to be like, well, what's going on? It's like, well, you got 10 free items. It's just really clear of what they actually got. Okay. So, anyways, you want to just keep doing this, and you're going to do this for both the domestic, and you're going to do this for international. Now you can go a little bit higher on international. Again, it's going to cost you a little bit more as well to do international shipping. So I usually go a little bit higher. You can even go like $14.95 or whatever. So okay, let's. So once you have this set up, I'm not going to do these all in front of you, but you can easily see where I'm going with this. Just keep going up at 0.2. So the next one will be 1.4 and 1.6 and so on, right? And for each item, 7 items, whatever. And all you're doing is you're just adding another $9.95 for each one that you do, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into products, okay? So I don't have any products in this. I guess I'll just save this real quick. All right. So now we're gonna go over to products, all right? So when you go to products here on your Shopify store, let's just click add product, because I want to show you what the difference is for this. So now, if you're going to be doing the free plus shipping, it's pretty easy, but you might also try it at a retail plus shipping. So retail price plus shipping. So what I want you to do is I want you to set up 2 different, if you're going to test both of those and see what works, or maybe have a special on one of them or whatever, you need to set up 2 items, okay? One's going to be the free plus shipping, and the other one's going to be the exact same item, but it's going to be retail plus shipping, okay? So so let's just say that we had all our images and stuff on here. We're not going to go through that right now, but what you do here is you want to go into Okay, when you're in products, what you want to do, the only difference is that you are going to go down here, and for the one that's free plus shipping, you're going to put a weight. Okay, so if it's one item, you're just going to put 0.2, and it'll automatically calculate that this is, because your price is going to be 0, but it'll calculate the shipping per however many they have. So if they get 4 of these, it's going to be $9.95 times 4. If they buy one of them, it's going to be $10.97. Okay, so it's really easy how this works. And then for the ones that you have the retail price, so say you're selling it for $19.95 plus shipping or whatever, you want to make sure that the weight is at 0. Okay, if you don't do this properly, it's going to mess things up. So make sure you do that, and then also test. Once you put them in, just do like a test checkout and just see what it looks like in the shopping cart. Okay, so this is really easy, but it can also be very confusing. That's why I wanted to go through this with you, just to show you exactly how to set that up, so you can have both options on your store: one of having the free plus shipping, or one of having the retail price plus shipping. All right, and the next thing is checkout settings. Okay, now it sounds boring, I know, but this is just a little hack in here that you need to set this up properly. So I could say really about 1,000 times here, but you really want to start building a list. Okay, this is so important for marketing. It's like, step 101 sort of thing. Okay, so let's hop over to the Shopify store. I'm just going to show you. If you go into settings here again, and you go into store settings, click on settings, go to checkout. Okay, so when you first set up your store the very first time, if you just scroll down here, you're going to see that one thing here is by default, it says customer does not agree to receive promotional emails. Okay, this is very, very, very important that you do not have that checked. You do want to say customer agrees to receive promotional emails, and then you want to save that. Okay, and the reason is because it's going to automatically add their email to your email list. Okay, now they do have the option, obviously, to opt out. It's on the checkout page. Most don't even really see it. It's just already default checked. Okay, and then basically you're acquiring them as a customer. Okay, so now it's so important that you do this. I can't tell you how valuable this email list becomes very, very quickly. Okay, so that lifetime value, like the LTV of a customer, is incredible if you calculate that out. I can tell you from doing emails for years and years and years, this is very, very, very important. Okay, the other thing is just that whole customer acquisition, right? So again, people can opt out, but I know it's just a little thing, but I want to make sure that you have that set up correctly. Or if you have a current store right now, make sure this is checked, because a lot of people don't have this set and they're not collecting any emails, which is crazy. All right. So anyways, let's hop over to setting up your online store. All right, back on the Shopify store here. Let's just go over to the little home button here. Just click home. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put a theme in. All right, so you want to roll down here to select a theme. Click on that. Now there's a bunch of free themes that you can use in your store. I wouldn't buy one right now. You can visit the theme store. Don't get too caught up on that. It's not that necessary at the moment. But grab a theme. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's just grab anything here. Let's just use this one here, right? You can look at a demo first as well. So if you're like, okay, let's see what this looks like. If this was a store, and if you're like, yeah, I like this theme. This is something I want to have in my store. It's got the slider and stuff like that. You can just click install theme here. Okay, so it just says you're about to install whatever that was called. And this is just a test store anyways here, but publish as my store's theme. So when you click on this, it just takes a second. It's downloading it. And while that's happening, you should know that you can also quickly change the theme. So if you're not, really excited about that, or if you want to, try a different theme, or if you want to customize this theme, you can do lots of stuff here. It's very, very easy to do. In fact, if you want to go back and look at some other themes, you can also download those. You don't necessarily have to publish those on your store. But if you're happy, you're like, yes, I like this one, I'm gonna publish this theme. Okay, so once you publish that theme, you can change this later, so don't worry about this. But once you click publish, you'll notice that it's live and ready on your store. Okay, so this is just really cool that you can actually have this that fast. Don't get too caught up on this, but I mean, obviously find the one that works for you and that you enjoy. I wouldn't go to paying for a theme at this time. It's really not necessary in my eyes. You can customize an existing theme, or you can do stuff later. But if you do want to, you can explore those out, or you can get it custom made. But again, I just want to get the speed for you to actually get this thing rolling. Now, it's going to look really empty because we don't have any products here yet. But anyways, just so you know what happens there. So now, when you go to the home button, you'll see an online store. So this wasn't here before. You're going to see that this now appears. So when you click on this, it actually has it pulls up this window that I was just on. So anyways, you'll now see an extra tab here because we published a theme. All right. So let's go over next and let me show you the next step, which is basically unlocking your store. All right, so as soon as you're at the stage now, basically it's time to unlock your store, okay? So if you, however you got to this menu, if you just click on the online store and it comes up with this, I mean, there's a couple different things. They change this all the time. So right now, as of today, it's set up where you click on preferences to set this up. Okay, so you've already installed the theme. You click on preferences, and now whatever you want to call things, you can start. We'll just put test store. If you have your Google Analytics, you add that there. This is all for like SEO, like search engine optimization, to help find your store and stuff like that. So you want to put in your Facebook pixel. We'll go through these later. I just want to get this so it's set up for you, okay? So you're gonna have a password, whatever that is. It gives you one by default, but you can put whatever password you want, obviously. So once you have this, you basically save here, right? And now you select a plan, okay? So before you can go live and actually unlock your store, you have to click a plan, okay? So there's 3 different plans here. I honestly wouldn't even play with the basic. That's myself. I have a special link that can get you a couple of weeks for free or more, depending on when it is. And I mean, you can do a lot of stuff here in the next 24 hours just by following what I'm doing. So anyways, there's 2 different ones here, like an advanced Shopify or Shopify. Do which one you feel comfortable with. But there's so many features in here. It's just sort of a no-brainer. So let's just choose the advanced one here just to show you. But okay, so basically, I'm not going to put my credit card number and stuff in here on this video, but you put in your credit card number, pretty straightforward. You have these options here. You can bill, once per month or year, whatever. And the longer you go, you can even save more, right? So whatever you feel comfortable with, put that in, click confirm charges, and you're live. You're ready to go. You're going to have a dashboard, and default dashboard, and you can actually, set passwords to other employees or whatever if you want them to only have specific areas to your site. There's lots of things you can do here. So anyways, that's how you make your store go live. Okay, so it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. The next thing I want to go through is I just want to show you the apps of where you want to start, which apps are important. So I'm going to talk about that right now. So let's jump over to the App Store. Okay, so on your Shopify login here, you're going to see down here this little icon that says Apps. So I want you to click on that. It's going to take you to this page here where you can either do private apps or visit the Shopify App Store. So unless you're building your own app, don't even click on this here because it's not even going to make sense. I just want you to click on the Visit the Shopify App Store. Okay, so it's going to bring you over to another store. An app store. So this is just like if you have an Android or an Apple, iPhone, and you're going to, the App Store to get all sorts of apps. Some of them are paid, some of them are free, and some are pay per use, all sorts of stuff. So basically, there's a category you can go through here, and there's all sorts of in fact, there's thousands and thousands of free apps. So don't get too caught up in I'm just going to try everything, especially all the free ones and stuff. You don't need them all. In fact, I would highly recommend not doing that, just because it's first off, some of these can actually slow down your site a little bit, or provide maybe a poor customer experience for your customers. I mean, you want to make sure to test and go through them all. So instead of me going through all the ones that I recommend right now, I am going to show you that on one of our Shopify jams here of exactly, but one that I do recommend for sure is Abandonment Protector. Now, that's not a free one, but I'm just going to show you. There we go. It's this one right here. Okay, so this one here, it starts at like $8 a month. It goes up based on how much you're using it, but this makes us thousands of dollars on our store every single month. Okay, so you just click Get here. It's going to charge. It's just going to add to your existing credit card that you have on file with Shopify. But this one here, it's just a no-brainer. Basically, what happens is when people go through the checkout process, but for whatever reason they didn't complete their checkout, maybe the phone rang, or maybe they were on a mobile device and they, I don't know, the next bus stop came, or whatever happened, they didn't finish the sale. So what's really cool about this is that you now have automatic emails that encourages people to finish their sale, and this works like crazy, right? And also, if they're going that far that they've already selected something in your store in the shopping cart and then putting in their email and all their information, they just didn't click, complete. Usually they're a buyer, right? So it's really good to keep that list and keep, selling to that person, future deals or whatever. They do buy. It's automatic, just an awesome way to really increase your ROI sort of thing. So anyways, let's find a free one just to show you how this works. But let's just go into marketing here, and let's just grab anyone. Let's go to it's SEO image optimizer. Okay, so now if you want to check this out first, you can also look down and see reviews, what people are saying. You can do screenshots. Sometimes there's a video that shows you how it works. There's quite a bit of things that happen. So. Anyways, let's just pretend that I'm not promoting this one. This is not one that I've ever used. I'm just using this as an example. But click on Get, okay, and it's going to actually start downloading the app here. Well, here we go. It's changed already. So now you got to click Install App. Just a little bit different, but let's get this thing rolling. It's going to download this, and once this is done, what's going to happen is now these apps start showing. When you click on here, you're going to see all of the installed apps. So, I mean, you could literally have thousands of them. Obviously, you're not going to do that, or I highly encourage you from doing that. I'm going to show you exactly which ones in another Shopify Jam to use. But so anyways, this one here, again, it's installed. It's ready to go. You can start editing, playing around with whatever that app does. Now, if you want, you can also delete this really quickly. So if you want, you can just click on here and you can get rid of this. So if you're like, oops, I didn't want that app, let's get rid of that. It'll just say, do you want to remove it? Or even if it's a paid app, it doesn't matter. Just delete it. It's that easy. It's gone. So Shopify is very, very easy to use. I highly encourage that you go through some of the apps that I'm about to tell you in a future Shopify Jam, but that Abandonment Protector, that's one for sure that I highly encourage you that you use. It works very, very well for us. Okay, so you're probably thinking, wow, I just gave you a ton of information, and I did, but you know what? You need to have the sort of a basic structure on how to set up your Shopify store. And I'm hoping that there's some tips in there for you advanced users. We're obviously going to dive into this way further. This is the very first Shopify Jam. I was so glad to share some stuff with you, and there's going to be a ton more of these. We're going to bring guests on. Sometimes I'll just break out and we'll get very specific on something. As questions come in, or as you guys are looking for more, help with things or whatever, we're going to also, we're going to structure some of the Shopify Jams. Maybe we'll pull you guys on for some of these Shopify Jams. and let's just jam it out and let's see what we can find out. So I'm Lowell Rempel. This is the first Shopify Jam. I'm so glad that you could join me. Make sure to refer back to this video if there's any questions that you have. Slow it down, pause it, rewind it, whatever you got to do. Watch it all over again. Share it with your staff. And you know what? Let's get rocking. Let's get you, just really going to the next level. And I'll see you on the next one.